you know, being that you obviously, again, appealing to Team Crawford, can you confirm? Are we going to see that fight? Has it been made official? Is it official?
It's on, baby. September 13, baby. Look forward to it. Crawford versus Canelo. This is how I said it.
Are we getting this confirmation here
Canelo.
first?
Last year, Canelo Alvarez fought on September 14th to honor Mexican Independence Day. And it's only natural that his annual September bout is set for September 13th this year. Reports indicate that the Mexican champion has already secured the T-Mobile Arena for that date as he prepares to face Terence "Bud" Crawford. Interestingly, this comes nearly a year after his fight against Edgar Berlanga at the same venue, a bout that coincided with a major UFC event.
You never know in boxing. I'll go up and down and fight everybody out there. So it's possible. Why?
Canelo Alvarez is rumored to be gearing up for a potential super fight against Terence Crawford in late 2025. As one of boxing's biggest icons, the Mexican champion has built an illustrious career, and both he and Crawford currently rank among the sport's top pound-for-pound fighters. A clash between them would undoubtedly be a spectacle. While Canelo is getting older, his dominance and status as the face of boxing remain unshaken. However, some fans have expressed frustration with his recent choice of opponents, arguing that he has avoided top-tier challengers like David Benavidez.
It's confirmed. Man, what?
Say less.
Crawford versus Canelo, not the other way around. Team Crawford stand up, pound for pound, the best in the world, soon to be the super middleweight champion of the world.
Despite the criticism, Canelo Alvarez continues to sell out arenas no matter who he faces. The same is expected later this year, with his highly anticipated showdown against Terence Crawford reportedly nearing finalization. All signs point to the fight taking place on September 13th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. However, will Canelo really stay inactive for that long? That seems unlikely. In fact, boxing insiders may have already uncovered the date and location of his next fight. According to *** boxing scene ***, 4 fight cards have been reserved on the Las Vegas Strip for March 22nd, March 29th, April 5th, and May 3rd, the last of which remains a mystery for now.
I respect Crawford. He's a great fighter, and I always say that. No disrespect him, but sometimes it's a little crazy. The people.
That third date, May 3rd, is the one to watch. Canelo Alvarez has fought on Cinco de Mayo weekend every year since 2019, with the exception of 2020 due to the pandemic. 3 of those 5 fights took place at the T-Mobile Arena, making it a strong possibility once again. However, nothing is set in stone, especially with the high stakes surrounding his potential showdown with Terence Crawford. Canelo might opt for extra time off to keep his body fresh, but history suggests he prefers to stay active. As for his next opponent, William Skull appears to be the leading candidate. The IBF super middleweight champion has reportedly been in discussions with Canelo's camp since the start of the year.
It's a little crazy that people talking about a small fighter like Charlo. He's big, which he is big.
At 34 years old, Canelo Alvarez has shown no signs of slowing down, but it's undeniable that he's approaching the latter stages of his career. In a recent conversation with *Ring magazine, Canelo opened up about when he might consider retirement. "I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting closer to retirement, obviously, but I'm feeling great. I feel better than ever. But maybe at 38. Yeah, I think 38 would be the perfect time to start thinking about that," he shared.
You and Terence Crawford as one of the top 5 fights that he wants to see this year. Is that a fight that you're considering now?
We'll see. We'll see. Everything is possible. We'll see. We want to talk about it. Sit down.
He went on to reflect on his career, saying, "I've had difficult fights, even ones I didn't need. Throughout my career, I've always taken risks. I truly love challenges, and what I do, I always try to prove how good I am. I enjoy moving up and down in weight. I never sit back and dwell on my record. My trainer always reminds me of my accomplishments. showing me what I've done to all the world champions, and it's very.
What do I think of that fight?
Yeah.
I think that, everybody knows that Crawford got the skills. I do think that Canelo's a little big for Crawford. It'll be a toss.
Canelo Alvarez last defeated Edgar Berlanga in September 2024, and reports suggest that his highly anticipated bout against Terence Crawford is edging closer to reality in 2025. However, for now, the future of this potential showdown remains uncertain. Both fighters have existing commitments, and securing an agreement will depend on several factors, including contract negotiations and strategic decisions from their respective teams. Interestingly, very few fighters have shared the ring with both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. The only man to do so professionally is Amir Khan, who suffered stoppage defeats to both. Khan has already weighed in with his thoughts on how a potential Canelo versus Crawford matchup would play out.
It'll be a lot we have to. It'll be a lot to get that victory based on size alone. Not that size wins fights, but you got a guy that got size and skills. It'll be hard.
While only a few fighters have shared the ring with both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, several have sparred with them. One of those fighters, middleweight contender Chiron Davis, recently shared his thoughts on how this fantasy matchup could play out. Davis, who also faced Canelo's longtime rival David Benavidez in November 2021, has trained with both men and believes it would be a tough challenge for Crawford. Canelo is a big guy. It's going to be a lot. He can take a punch, so you're not going to hurt Canelo. I don't think Crawford can hurt him with one punch. Maybe he can cut an eye or something will bother him to the body, but I don't see him stopping Canelo.
Oscar, Terence Crawford says he wants to fight Canelo. He's changed his tune. He said he's willing to move up 3 weight divisions. To me, that's kind of crazy, but that just shows you, man, the dog that's in Terence Crawford.
Davis continued by emphasizing the challenge Crawford would face against Alvarez. He has to land clean shots and go to the body, but it's going to be a tall task. Canelo can really fight. He has great movement and sets traps. Boxing is never easy, and nothing is impossible. But if I had to bet, I'd put my money on Canelo. I'm not taking anything away from Crawford, but Canelo is great. Can Canelo stop him? He's the bigger guy. I think one punch could do it. Meanwhile, Oscar De La Hoya, despite his complicated relationship with Canelo Alvarez, has also weighed in on the potential showdown between the Mexican superstar and Terence Crawford.
Canelo?
Terence Crawford will beat Canelo anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime. Because, and this is...
Oscar De La Hoya insists that his predictions about any potential fight involving Canelo Alvarez are entirely unbiased. However, when it comes to a hypothetical showdown between Canelo and Terence Crawford, the former world champion has a bold stance. De La Hoya believes that Canelo's size and power would give him a clear advantage over Crawford, especially at 154 pounds. Crawford didn't really look too dangerous in the ring against a beast, so imagine Canelo, who's bigger and just as much of a beast. It's almost a no contest. De La Hoya come on, when has a smaller good fighter ever beaten a good bigger fighter? It's never happened in the history of the sport. It's rare. While some experts argue that Crawford's technical ability and punching power could allow him to compete with Canelo, the significant size and strength disparity could be a deciding factor. Former super middleweight world